Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is one of my weekly sit-down, chat, roundup, catch-up videos. If you're new here, welcome. I used to do a monthly roundup where I would talk about my works in progress, finished objects, new cast-ons, purchases, and for this year I've been trialing doing a weekly video, and so far I'd managed to keep up apart from last week. So there was no video last week. Life and things just got in the way and I ran out of time to film anything. So there was no weekly video last week, but you are very welcome if you have just stumbled upon my channel. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Thanks for giving me a bit more of your time. Apologies there was no video last week. I did say I would do weekly as long as I can keep up. And work and band have been a bit crazy. If you're new here again, I also, as well as being a knitter and a crocheter, we have crochet, I also play in a brass band. Every now and then I'm back in band now. I kind of do it for 6 months, then I retire. And we have a band competition. Actually today, it is Saturday the 17th of February as I'm recording this. And we've got a band competition this afternoon, the Welsh Open in Newport, with my band Llwcoed Band. I'll pop their Instagram below if you want to go and check us out. Give us a follow, and there might be some stories and stuff behind the scenes from the weekend. Although will the story still be there when this goes up? Probably not, but there'll be some posts about the weekend if you want to see how we did instead of waiting for next week. So yeah, work is continuing to be a bit crazy, and I've also been at band, and as at Saturday morning now, I have had 11 hours of rehearsal in the last week. It's been intense. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it, but it's also meant something had to give. And unfortunately, that was the weekly vlog. Because by the time I had time to film, it was like late at night. And one of the things I want to show off is a finished object. Ooh. And it's done in black and charcoal yarn. So I need nice natural light to film. So on from the introduction, let's get into today's video. I have 2 works in progress, one of which is a new cast on, hook on, and I also have a finished object, woohoo, and yeah, and then some chat about next weekend. Next weekend is the Unravel festival. Woo! I'm very excited. I'm hoping to see some of you there. I will be there Friday and Saturday. But we can do finished objects, but I've just realized I need something to go with my finished object. So I'm going to stop you a moment and I'll be back. Okay, that was seamless. I don't really like editing because it's another step. So unless I've got to really edit out, I try not to. But yes, it is currently about 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. I'm feeling a very little tired bear today, but I'm gonna have a slower morning. So I've just been doing some crochet, more on that in a moment. Then I need to exercise, then I need to eat, and then I need to go to rehearsal. The competition, it's a pre-draw, so we are playing at 5:30. I think the first band is probably on stage now. I think first band is on at 10 o'clock. It's a pre-draw, which is brilliant, because usually in a brass band competition, you do the draw at 9 o'clock and then you find out what order you're playing. And it can be a really long day of hanging around. Like if you're there just in case you're band number 1, but you don't get drawn until say band number 12, what are you gonna do all day? So they do a pre-draw for this competition, which is very much appreciated by the bands. So yeah, we're not on until 5:30 this afternoon. So rehearsal is 2 till 3, so I've got a bit of time. So quick podcast, some exercise, and then eat some food, and then I'm going to rehearsal. Mark is going to come to the competition later. I don't know whether there might be some contest. No, there won't be any Will there? I don't know. I don't think there'll be any footage in this. I'm not sure it's going to be like good blog content, but who can say? I am having a knitting day tomorrow with my knit friends. Oh, there's another project that I haven't got in front of me. I need to get that in a minute. We'll do that in a bit. Right, let's get into my finished object. You can tell it's early and I've been up since 7. I couldn't sleep. So I need all the coffee. Right, my finished object is, as his cape falls off, it is Charles Darwin. So I finished my Darwin doll, which is a pattern by Kerry Lord of Toft. He has been living out on the table on a doll stand, but let me take him off and then I can show you him in a bit more detail. So this was an exclusive pattern for a workshop that Kerry held at the Natural History Museum last November, I think. It might be November last year. And it was such a fun evening. Being in the museum, the Natural History Museum, after dark, it was closed, there was no one else there. It was really cute and like all lit up, it was beautiful. And the pattern is an exclusive for Charles Darwin. So I think the pattern will be available on sale at some point. I think it's usually like a year exclusivity. If they do like a natural history workshop and the Kew Garden workshops, I think the patterns go on sale about a year or so later, which is really cool for those people who attend. And on the night, because all of this yarn is charcoal and cocoa and then black, on the night, what we actually crocheted, we did some micro crochet. I've shown him off before, but we used thread and a 1.75mm hook, and we did some micro crochet, which was super cute. So in the Natural History Museum, so Charles Darwin found the exhibit of the octopus and put it in one of the preservation jars as part of the collection in the History Museum. So on the evening, Kerry kind of showed the Darwin doll, and on the table everybody had their bags with the Darwin kit in them, and then Kerry kind of said, oh, it's very dark in here, so we have head torches which you can use around your neck in case, but actually why don't we crochet this? And then she did the big reveal and it was like amazing. So we all got to crochet on the night, or to start crocheting the octopus. And included in the kit, you also had the little glass jar, the specimen jar. So he lives in there, and he lives on the bookcase at the moment. So he's well away from any opportunity for it to get damaged. I need to try and put some wire in his hand, I think, so that I can take a photo of him. See? And try and put some wire in his hand so that I can take a photo of him holding the octopus like that. You can't see it, you know what I mean. But yeah, it was definitely a labor of love, this one, because the yarn is so dark. So let me take the hat off. So you've got this really funky hairline and cute little beard, a little mouth hole. Then he's got this waistcoat on, which is like a double-breasted waistcoat. And you can see that's done in charcoal, and if I hold him closer, it does lighten up. So you can see there's the cocoa buttons. He's got this lovely little belt around his waist with the black belt and the cocoa belt loops. And then he's got these funky little shoes with laces. So the detail is just amazing. So there's the back of his waistcoat. And that's the edge, so it folds over on itself, and then you sew it down and then add the buttons. And then he's also got this removable hat, which is done in charcoal with the black band. And then the one bit which took forever, he's got this really cute cape. And now I kind of feel like I want a cape. I'd love a little old Victorian era cape, but it's double thickness. So you crocheted it. How did we crochet it? Oh, you crocheted it as a large circle, and then we double crocheted the edge to join it together, which gives it the cape shape, and that's in charcoal. Then it's got this little black collar on it as well. So that is how he looks. And that is my Charles Darwin doll. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy, sorry, that I managed to get him finished. Yeah, the Charles Darwin doll is done. And I really love how he turned out. I love the intricacy of the Toft dolls. I love all the detail from the shoelaces to the belt to the buttons on the waistcoat. It's been a wonderful project to work on, especially with his teeny tiny little octopus. So I'm really happy that I got him finished, and this is the only male doll in the so Kerry has a doll club for making women who made history, and it's got famous women throughout history, from Emmeline Pankhurst to Amelia Earhart, Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Nefertiti, Wangari Maathai, I think, is an environmentalist, Junko Taibei, who was a explorer, loads, and I've made 4 or 5 of them, or Beatrix Potter maybe I've made 6 of them, but this is the first male doll that Toft have done. So it was really cool to be able to be part of the workshop, and thank you to Kerry. I kind of went along as part of my work experience with Toft, and I was able to help out on the evening. So it was very lovely of Kerry and the team for letting me go along and help them behind the scenes, and I got my kit. So it's great to be able to take part in that. And I wanted to get him finished before March, because in March we'll get the first doll club of this year, and I will be hosting my doll along again, which I've done for the last 2 years, where anyone that has a Toft doll, whether it's one of the actual Making Women series or the Darwin, or you just have the doll book, there's a flip book when you can create your own dolls. Any Toft doll is eligible to join in the crochet along, and we can win some prizes, some patches usually, lovely, donated by Kerry and the team. So I'm going to host my doll along again in March, and I really wanted to get him done so that it was out of the way, and then I can start my next Toft creation in March. So we had this patch on the day. So this is Gregor the T-Rex. And for those of you that know of my love of Toft and the patches, these are iron-on patches that you get with different projects. And yeah, I got this one. So obviously this is part of the natural, or you can go to the Natural History Museum and you can see the T-Rex and some of the other dinosaurs. But it was really nice for me to pick up this patch at the same time as Darwin. So I'm trying to do a patch project where I make every creation that goes with their corresponding patch. So for me, the Gregor the T-Rex patch goes with Charles Darwin now, because that was part of the Natural History Museum. So you know that I love a Toft patch, and I'm really happy that that's another one I can tick off my list. So there we go. That is my finished object. I'm going to move the octopus out of the way so that I don't smash the glass, because we know I'm clumsy. So next then, let's move on to whips. So one of my works in progress. So this has a self-imposed deadline of next Friday. It's not looking good, because I'm going to Unravel, as I said. I'm not going to Unravel, maybe with work. I'm going to the Unravel festival, and these are my, why can I never remember the name of this pattern? You're all shouting. Something splash, sock splash, splash, spiral splash, spiral splash. Yes, I didn't need to look the pattern up. These are the spiral splash socks by Stephen West. And I'm making this in yarn by Nick of Cool Woolens. I finished sock 1 and I'm really loving the way the colours play together in the yarn and you have the travelling, it's not a cable, it's just a slip stitch, but the way you have the travelling spiral. But I'm on sock 2 and I've not made a lot of progress. This is partly because on my next one, my next cast on has taken my time, because whatever time I have had after work, I've been spending it doing that than this. It's one of those patterns where it is relatively quick when you get going, because it's an easy memory pattern. You don't need to think about the pattern. It's a four round repeat. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can make some progress on this. I would love to have these finished. I've got one, so this is my Unravel deadline, I should explain, because Nick from Cool Woolens is going to be at Unravel. So this is the blue with no name is the one colorway and Mavericks is the other. So I believe blue with no name is this one and Mavericks is the hand dye variegated. They are much more vibrant turquoise colors than they're coming off in the light here. They look a little bit more pale, but they're a very vibrant blue turquoise color in real life. So I'd like to be able to finish them and then take them to Unravel to show Nick. And I love a bit of show and tell with vendors when you've bought wool from them and then you'll go into another show and they're there. I think that's really cool to kind of show people how much you value their work. And I really love the vibrancy on these yarns. So it would be amazing to be able to take these as a pair of finished socks. And like maybe take them on the Friday to show Nick and then I can wear them on the Saturday. I won't wear them and then go, look at my socks, and I'm gonna lift my foot up in the air or take off a sock that I've worn. So I wanna take them on the Friday and then wear them Saturday. That's my plan. So the last time you saw this, I was just on the ribbon. So I was probably about there. I think I had 2 or 3 rows left on the rounds left on the rib, and then establishing the pattern. Which I've done, and this this spiral goes this way and the other sock goes that way, so it is a mirror image so that you get alternating cables, which is spirals, which is amazing. So I want to try and make some progress on that. So for next week's video is probably going to be a kind of a weekend away with Mark Unravel video. Mark is coming with me, but he's not coming to the show. So we are staying in the hotel that we usually stay in, and Mark's going to have a bit of him time, which is really cute, and we're going to meet up for dinner in the evenings. So he's not coming to the show as it stands at the moment. I'm going to go Friday and Saturday, but he's not planning on coming. I don't know whether he'll change his mind. If he does, he'll probably come Saturday. But he's not planning to come at the moment. So we'll probably film a bit of behind the scenes, like our weekend away and the yarn show. So in that video, you will get an update on whether I finished my sock or not. I did do this in like 1 week. It didn't take me long once I got going. And I think I'm about halfway down the ankle. It kind of rolls a bit on the DPNs. So we'll see if I can get that finished. If I stop doing the other thing that I've started, then that would be achievable for sure. But I feel like I'm on a bit of a roll now with the next cast on. So I've asked this before and I don't think we've ever agreed and settled on a definition. What do I do when I crochet? Do I cast on or do I hook on? Do I start? I don't really know. Anyway, let's go with cast on for the minute because it's easy. I've cast on for Bo, the bearded dragon, and this is a pattern by Kerry Lord of Toft, and Kerry is running this as a crochet along over on Instagram. We are doing bits of the pattern every day. I haven't got all of the bits. I need to go and get the other project. Let me go and get the back. I'll be back now. I'm back, as you can see. So I have this mini project bag for Toft subscriptions that I picked up last year. I joined up to the conservationist subscription and I picked up this bag at the same time. So the bits for Bo are living in this. And it's basically the standard Bo the Dragon pattern, but what Kerry's doing is running it as a crochet along. So for beginners, she's doing bite-sized videos over on Instagram to show you tips and techniques. And then the pattern's been broken down. There's been an update to the pattern that breaks it down over 14 days. So like day 1, we did the head. Day 2, horns, eyeballs, eyelids. Day 3, we did the ears, the lip and the nose. And then day 4, 5, 6 and 7, we did the body. Day 8 and 9 are legs. Day 10 is the underbelly. Day 11, we sew up. Day 12, we do the back spines. Day 13, the tail flames. And then day 14, eyelashes, mustache and beard. So it is Saturday today, day 8, and I'm up to date. This is what I've been crocheting. When I've come home from band in the evenings, I wanted something a bit mindless. Could have been the sock, but I wanted to join in because I've always wanted to make bow. And it was a good opportunity to join in. So I've done all the little bits. So there's the head unstuffed. So that's like the back of the head there. So the eyes will go on here. So there's the head. We've got horns, an ear, I think. What is that? Oh, is that his nose maybe? I don't know. I've got all the bits anyway. That's definitely his mouth, etc. So I've got all the little bits, and then this was a beast to do. So this is the body, and of all the Toft things I've crocheted, this is by far the most fiddliest. But I've stuffed it, and I stuffed it as I was going. But this is the shape. There's no wire in here. This is the genius that comes out of Kerry's head, because just through the shaping and using crochet short rows, we've created this shape, which is just bonkers. That's just one tube of crochet that with the shaping gives you the structure. So crazy. And what I also love is you can see how it spirals, because when you crochet amigurumi, you're crocheting in the round all the time. So there's the start of my stitch marker, but you can see quite quickly how the stitch marker spirals, and then it kind of flattens out a little bit when we're doing some of the shaping back and forth. But you can see how it does this spiral, and it's meant to do that. But it's really funny how you watch the spiral create itself as you're going in the round by using your stitch marker. But on this piece as well, so that's the way up, so the tail goes up. So here there'll be the underbelly, there'll be a strip that comes down here in cream, I believe. And then the spines are going to come up along the top and they will have beads on them. I have decided I'm going to do the bead version. I did say in a previous video that I was hoping to take part, and I didn't think I was going to do beads, but I feel like I've put that much effort into this now. I'm going to do the beaded version. I stuffed as I was going along. The pattern does say to add some stuff in. Now, in the daily videos, Kerry hasn't stuffed hers yet, but I figured, because I wanted to get the stuffing all the way down into the tail, so I stuffed the day before's. So when I finished, so day 1 took us to about there, day 2 to here. When I finished day 2, I kind of went back and stuffed day 1. And then when I finished day 3, I went back and stuffed day 2. because sometimes when you add the stuff in, it's a bit heavier and it can change your tension. So I stuffed the previous days so that this bit effectively I was working with flat material, and then the stuffing went to like there. If that's a useful tip for you at any point in the future. But yes, I'm really happy, and I've kept up to date, nearly. Today then is, day 8 is 2 legs. So I've done so far, so you have the main part of the leg, then you've got these 4 toes, and on the end of the toes then will be a little red section, and then there'll be 3 beads, almost like a talon. A talon? A talon. Why did I say it like that? A talon. But I'm a crochet. Oh my God. I'm a product process crocheter and knitter. Still way too early, even though I've been up since 7. So my plan, rather than doing the yellow, then changing and doing the red, doing the beads, going back to the yellow, doing the red, doing the beads, and then that would be today's done, and then we repeat that tomorrow. Effectively, by the end of tomorrow, I will have all 4 legs done, but my plan, I've done 3 so far today, I've done that this morning. My plan is to make all the yellow, so I'll do the 4th one, and then I can do all of the toes, all of the beads, so I'm in a rhythm, so I kind of feel like that's the way that I like to do it. And then they have a little bit of stuffing put in, and then on the reverse we'll join a little bit of crochet in, and we'll make a talon. A talon? What is going on? A talon? I don't know how you pronounce it now. It feels weird in my head. We'll have a talon on, or a claw on the very back. So I'll do all the reds, and then I'll do the talons at the end once they've all been stuffed. So I think I can probably finish that yellow bit today. Like, I can take this, I can stick this in my band jacket, and while I'm in rehearsal, or before rehearsal starts, I've got the pattern memorized for that now. It's quite straightforward. So I can just whip out the little tiny ball and my hook, and I can get that going. I'm using, so this was the kit that I purchased from Toft. You could make your own kit, or you could use some of the kits that they had already set up. So this is the gold with sparkle colorway. I think this was bought out last year for King Charles' coronation. I think that's when it came out. So they've now put some of that gold sparkle, which you can see on screen, made that available in the Bow Dragon kit. My contrast, as you can see, is red. So my beads are red, and then I've got cream as the accent. No, cream is my contrast color, red is my accent color. I think that's what they're called in the pattern. But anywho, yeah, so I feel like I can get bow done by Friday, and then I've stayed up to date with the crochet along, but doing bow up to date means I'm unlikely to finish my sock. So I need to think about my idea. I've been trying to get up a bit earlier in the mornings, and that's kind of worked, but I've then not had the evenings because I've been at a band every night. I only had Thursday off this week when I didn't have band. So I'm probably going to try and do that again this week. If I can get up in the mornings before work and do the daily piece, it's been a good hour. So those 3 legs took me about an hour and a half. I'm not a fast crocheter. Some of you sometimes comment on videos and go, how do you do so much in a week? And I'm like, I genuinely don't do that much. I don't think I'm I'm not a fast crocheter. I'm a faster knitter than I am crocheter, which is weird because crochet grows quicker than knitting, generally speaking. But I don't think I'm very fast at all. Like the head, just that head, that took me an hour before work. So as long as I can get up early enough in the mornings, I can do my hour in the morning on my Toft bit, or I can at least do an hour, and then I might need to do the odd little bit in the evening. But if I can do that, and then I can spend the evenings all week on my sock, I think that's a plan. I do have band on Monday, and I'm not in band on Friday because we're going to Unravel. So I have to go to band Monday. But then I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of doing nothing in the evenings. So who can say? Get your guesses in now below. Leave me a comment. Am I going to get bow done and my sock done? Who can say? Toft are going to be at Unravel. I believe it's going to be Tash and Emma. So if you are patch fans, that's going to be Tash the sloth and Emma the bunny. They'll have their patches there. If you have a show and tell and you're coming along, take something to the Toft stand, chat to the ladies, and show them one of your creations and you'll get a patch. This is where my obsession with the patches started, needing to collect them all and meet all the people. So I'd really love to get both finished, but I was thinking, like, worst case scenario, I'm at Unravel, Mark's not there, I can sit down and have a cup of tea. Day 14 is just eyelashes, mustache and beard, which is the Friday. So like, I could do that at Unravel. So I might finish bow over that weekend. We will see. We'll see where I get to, but I'm very much looking forward to getting him finished, and I've really been enjoying working on it. It's been a great project, and I think it looks really effective. And this year especially, I say it at the beginning of every year, I want to make things for like a seasonal display in the flat. So like I want little mini pumpkins for autumn. So there's a little shelving unit just here where should we do this? I know people don't really like it when people move cameras. There's a little shelving unit there. And on top of the shelving unit, I'll put like a few candles, and I feel like I want a little display. So like pumpkins in the autumn, the dragon for Chinese New Year, which is why I'm doing bow and why he's the crochet along at the moment for the Chinese New Year. And it happens to be the Year of the Dragon, which if you're a brass bander, that's my favorite test piece in the whole world, the Year of the Dragon by Philip Spark. I know there are actually weirdly some brass banders that, last year I did a brass band thing in London in the Albert Hall. And a few of you are like, oh my God, I played a brass band. So yeah, Year of the Dragon, cracking piece. We digress. And then like at Christmas, I did my big nutcracker, and I've got last year's Advent that will go out as a little Christmas display. So I feel like I'd like some like seasonal displays for the flat throughout the year, so I can like look around and I can see that they're things that I made. So I really want to get bow done. And then he's in my box of goodies. I've got Easter eggs, so we've already got Easter sorted. I've got Easter eggs and Easter chicks, so they'll come out at some point. Yeah, there we go. Insight into my mind and life. So that is my cast-ons. And then the other one that I will be working on this weekend are my braid socks. What are they called? Oh my word, my memory at the moment. The Billowing Braid Socks by Stephen West, of course. Obsessed with a West Knits pattern. So the other project that I'm then going to work on are the billowing braid. They're not very billowing at the moment because I haven't done a lot of work on them. But this is part of a sock along that I'm doing with my knit group. My lovely friends, Kate, Amanda and Charlotte. And yeah, I'm meant to be at the heel. So I cast this on a couple of weeks ago, and I told you all in a video that we were doing a little sock along. And at the end of February, we are going to get together, and we're going to, because I've knit socks before, the three of them, I think two of them have never knit a sock. One of them has knit a sock, but unsuccessfully sizing wise. They're not, Kate has been brilliant, and Kate has got to the heel. She's done the heel flap and she's done the heel turn. She's waiting for tomorrow to do the gusset pickup so I can help her with that. Amanda's not loving life at all. I can't remember if her gauge was off despite doing a gauge swatch. But Amanda is my friend that I'm under duress apparently. It's my fault. I'm forcing her into doing socks. So Amanda is absolutely joining in of her own free will, but is not loving life. And Charlotte got to the gusset and then realised it didn't fit despite gauge. And she needs to do a different size. So tomorrow is going to be hilarious. We're getting together basically for lunch and knitting. But the plan was that we would all be at the heel, and then we would all do the turn and the gusset together, and then off we go. But yeah, I've been neglecting this because I'm like, oh, it's fine, I can bash that out in a couple of days, and I'd forgotten about it basically. I thought I had till the end of the month, and I don't, because our knitting day is tomorrow. The day after my band contest. So if I wasn't going anywhere today, I could get down to the heel and the gusset. Yeah. So I'm using this gorgeous DK yarn by Gemma of The Little Grey Girl. This is the Stansfield colorway, and I'm just obsessed with how blue it is. Yeah, and for me to get gauge with Stephen on the pattern, I'm using a 4mm needle. Got this really cute little stitch marker that I got from Hannah of The Corner of Craft. I love Hannah's podcasts, and I bought these at the East Anglia Yarn Festival last year. These were never going to be finished by Unravel. That was never the plan, but because Gemma is going to be at Unravel and EAYF, I feel like I've got a March deadline for these so that I can wear these around East Anglia in March. So I've basically done all the ribbon, and I've done the first, you can see, I've done the first cable. So the pattern immediately starts with a cable. Then I think it's a 16 or 20 row repeat, and there's 2 cables in the pattern. So I haven't even done 1 pattern repeat yet on the leg, but I think it's 2 and a bit pattern repeat. So I've still got a way to go, but basically whenever I work on bow, I'll get bow done tomorrow. I'll get the claws finished. And then any time that we're going to Amanda's house tomorrow, anytime at Amanda's house, I will basically be knitting on this. That's my plan. So I will get some good work made on that tomorrow, because I'll be there for a good couple of hours. Yeah. So we shall see. But they're not going to be finished, but I do want to try. They're not going to be finished this week, but I do want to try and make some progress on getting those sorted. And I think that's it for this video. I don't really know how long it is, because it's been in 3 individual segments, because I kept forgetting things and have to go and get them. So I don't know how long this footage is. I think it's probably about half an hour, which is my aim for the weekly videos. So I think that's kind of everything, you know. It's been a crazy old time. A few of you messaged me on Instagram, bless you, and just like, are you okay? There was no video, just checking in. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, thank you so much. So it was really lovely, the little community vibe here, folks checking in on me and making sure that I'm all right, which is lovely, so thank you. Yeah, just distracted. But some exciting things on the channel coming up in March. I'm going to be doing an interview with a designer, which is super exciting, about a new book that they've got coming out. There's also kind of a spoiler for East Anglia Yarn Festival. If you follow the EAYF Instagram account, you'll know that the lovely Laura, the brains behind EAYF, has created her own brand of yarn and had it spun from local fleece to the show. And I'm very kindly going to be gifted a skein of that to preview for you all, and as part of the launch, and I'm going to crochet something with it, I think is my plan. So that should hopefully arrive this week. So I'm going to be doing a video for that will come up in early March. So yeah, lots of things coming up. There will definitely be a video next Monday, because that will be my Unravel blog, as well as weekend away behind the scenes with Mark and I. There'll be some car footage. I know you like it when we go out and about, so we're going out and about next weekend. So bring your packed lunch, get a flask, a coffee. We're off on a road trip. Yeah, lots of exciting things. There are loads of things. I don't want to sound like, oh, I can't tell you about them, but there are loads of really fun things happening with some collaborations and things that I'm really excited about. and lots of different variety for videos. So yeah, that will be very fun. Very fun, very exciting. So I'm going to wrap this video up because I have a mountain of things to do. It is now 10 to 11. I need to do some exercise, have some brunch, and then get ready to leave by 1 o'clock. So I've got 2 hours. That's okay. I've got 2 hours to exercise and eat and shower and pat my band uniform. Oh my God, right, yeah, I need to go. So thank you very much for being here. It's been wonderful to catch up with you all. If you are coming to Unravel, please stop me and say hi. If you see me, I will be the quiet, nervous one. I've said this before. I might sit and seem quite chatty. I get very nervous in public, one-on-one with people. I would much rather stand up on a stage in front of 1,000 people and deliver a training presentation than approach someone one-on-one. So sometimes I feel a little bit awkward. So if you see me, stop me and say hello, please, because I love chatting to you all. It'd be great to see some of you at Unravel next weekend. I'll pop the link below if you are interested in hearing more. It's at the Farnham Maltins in Farnham. We're staying near Farnborough as usual. So yeah, it'd be great to see some of you there. So I'm going to end this now. So from me and Charles, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next weekend, and until we speak again, happy crafting.